I'm really sorry. The program is going to be for all languages, but I'll be mixing a bit of Yoruba to twist it up. But for the purpose of those that needs to learn, the purpose is going to be for everyone. The language is going to be for, the program is going to be for everyone. So good evening to you. They're just coming on board. Now to Kumalabaye my name. My name. I'll be looking at you spookily from this end. Ẹ kú ọ̀lẹ́ o, ẹ kú ọ̀lẹ́, bá ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń bọ̀, ẹ kú ọ̀lẹ́. Ẹ kú ọ̀lẹ́. Ẹ kú ọ̀lẹ́. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bá wa share program yìí. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bá wa share, help us to share this program, please. Thank you, okay. Good evening to every one of you. Good evening. Yay! Good evening to you guys. Good evening, ladies, beautiful men, handsome men, beautiful to all of you. Ẹ kú ìrọ̀lẹ́, ẹ kú ìyálẹ̀ta, ètò ọgbọ́n ọlọ́gbọ́n ni o. As usual, ètò ọgbọ́n ọlọ́gbọ́n. Ẹ kú ìrọ̀lẹ́, ẹ kú ìyálẹ̀ta. Ẹ kú ìrọ̀lẹ́, ẹ kú ìrọ̀lẹ́. I was not going to bring out my face today, honestly, but I just let them see me that I'm still here actively active. You know, good evening to you. Good evening to every one of you without reservation. And I really love you guys for coming on my board. Please, before we start, let us understand that respect is reciprocate. You have to reciprocate back to the people that you are responding to. So please let us try to be respectful of each other and not to insult anybody's comments. Because I learned that last time. I don't know which of my program. I saw people, attacking each other there. I don't think my program is for people to be attacking each other, other than to get common sense from it, education. The whole idea is to educate people with my timeline. Thank you, Abibola Sholebo. Thank you. Respect back, man. Respect back, man. Thank you. And Dr. Mr. Maufu Adeyemo. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Respect, sir. Respect. Respect. Every one of you, I see you. Respect. Is that Facebook that is pressing me love button again? Facebook, you are 419. Facebook is something else. Good evening, good evening. The cameras are everywhere watching. So I'm looking at all the comments from every angle. Greetings from Dallas, Texas. Thank you. Thank you. Olu promised. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Please let us like and share. Please let us like and share. More people need it. Please, Ejo. Everything keep me share so the time now. You can't take my one share or Ejo. Because I started very late because I was trying to clear my desk for weekend. So please let us share it. Let us share it and let it go inside the market quickly. Please share it and let it enter market. I beg, make it a share, make it go inside market quickly. I beg. Ẹ Ever share it, please. Can you share it? Please. From the West Indies, with love. Thank you, Zoe Oyibo Abba. Thank you. Bless you. Thank you. I have an IG handle. I do. I do. I have it. I'm using the music thing for the IG now, so how do you do that? I have IG. I do. But let's share this thing properly. We haven't gone far at all. Yes. Enjoy, take a share. Yeah, but Facebook said that you have to share it to help you out to Google. Only 5 people, only 25 people have shared it. Facebook is telling me, well done, Facebook. Facebook is actually telling me, share this stream to help me out to Google. That's my 18 people. Please, let us like and share quickly. Ẹjọ́ share jẹ́ kó wọ̀ gbòòrò ayé lọ. Ẹjọ́ jẹ́ kó gbáskí. Please share it and let it enter market. Please share it. Àbí tó bá fẹ́ bọ̀rù jìbá, á ló ń bẹ̀rù mọ́tò sáré lẹ́lẹ́. Good evening, person. Please share now. Share. Please share. Let it enter. Share. Let's share it and let it enter quickly. It hasn't gone far. So Facebook is giving me feedback immediately. Fantastic, Facebook. I do not have copyright in the music. Facebook, don't punish me. Please, if you are not going to share me, don't watch me. And I don't know why you are giving me red egg or anything, because I don't know what I've done now. In the only 10 minutes or 5 minutes I came now. Please, don't give me red egg. Don't even enter this place. Evening, evening, I like your please, share, go on, let it enter. Let it enter where it's going to enter. Let it enter where it's going to enter. Please, individually, let's share it. This is not enough. I know you are going to pop up, but let's continue to share. I saw red egg now. I saw red egg now. I saw red egg 3. It must be a mistake, but I saw red egg. We've been on Facebook for a while now, so we know the difference between them and red egg. Thank you. I can see the comments from here. Why they stop me now, I don't know, but it is well. Let's leave it like that. Let's crack on. Good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor and privilege to unite back with you on this timeline. Today's Friday, the 18th of September 2020 at 18:49 UK time, Greenwich Meridian time. 18:49 UK time, equivalent at the moment with Nigerian time. I recognize all of you individually on this timeline, and I say thank you. And I say thank you very much for coming on board. God bless you all. God bless you and bless you for coming on my timeline. First and foremost, we are going to offend each other by telling each other the truths that needed saying on this timeline. So we are going to be offending each other from time to time. I will not apologize to that, and there is no reservation to be apologetic in that realm. We are going to be offending each other. One, let us say the truth and the fact. An information in the public domain, you don't have control over it anymore. When an information is in the public domain, you do not have control over it anymore. So, mechanu, when an information is in the public domain, you do not have control over it any longer. Mechanu, kedu? So that is about that one. So once you put yourself in the public, you are gone. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people do not understand the repercussion of putting all the information in the public domain. Before I start the usual program for the day, I am going to quickly enlighten us for 5 minutes. I'm not going to take too much of our time. You need to think deeply and think smartly and think wise before you leave your information in the public domain. You understand? You need to think deeply and think smart. I want to change the location of this camera so that I can be seeing us and it will be easier for me to talk. Yeah. So, when information is in the public domain, I bet you don't know the repercussion of it. You don't have control over it any longer. Yeah? You do not have control over the information that is already within the public system. So that means that that basically means that you have to be careful the type of information you give to people. You have to be careful the type of things about you that you put out to the public for them to see. Once you have given an interview about yourself or your family to people in the public, you have gone. You've gone. And you cannot take that information back. It is gone for life. You know, thank you. Somebody said a lot better. Thank you, Olu Promise. Do you understand? You cannot take that information back again. That information is gone. This is the reason why it is very important for every one of us in the public or that not in the public to know how to keep your family away from the public. If you don't know how to keep yourself away from the public and release only your work to the public, you will continue to be messed up. If you don't know how to keep your family away from the public, people will continue to mess your family up and turn them to a punching bag. Yeah? They will turn them to a punch bag, rather. So it depends on how educated you are, how exposed you are, how eloquent you are, for you to be able to understand where I'm coming from. So, once you have put yourself in the public arena, or your family, or things that you think should be privileged to yourself and your family alone, and you have put it to the public, I am sorry, you don't have control over it anymore. How many people are you going to go to and be telling them to drop the information about you from their timeline? How many people are you going to be telling to take the picture off, or to take the video off, to take this off? I remember some times ago, a year or two, when I did a certain program, I remember clearly. You understand? I remember clearly. And some people said that, oh, they used that video to talk against another person. And because I was sleeping, it was a January holiday. I did not know I don't know what is going on. So people just called me and said, Lawyer Tokunbo, go and make a disclaimer. Tell them not to use your video for this, for that. And I quickly went out to go and make a public disclaimer to say that please don't use my video for this and this. I remember my lovely person. Somebody said, one of my lovely person, even though She said, oh, Lawyer Tokunbo, you don't have control over it anymore. Even as a lawyer, I know that I don't have control over that information anymore. Even as a lawyer. But what I was trying to do at that period, in that particular year, is to make sure that I did not offend the poor person, or they did not use my video to offend the poor person. But when Olori Egbe said that, Lawyer Tokunbo, you don't have control over that video anymore. Mi jókòó mi jẹ́jẹ́ bí ọmọ Èkó, mi jókòó mi relax, mi pamọ́, mi keep me keep low. You understand? You see, apart from being a lawyer, it is better to be learning from each other, and that is when you can enjoy life. If you don't learn from people and you think because you are educated, olodo ni eh? You understand? Thank you, Jare. Where are they? That video, what did she? What's up for me there? Lawyer Tokunbo, it shouldn't have been you. You don't have control over that video anymore. It's already in public domain, and I realized that even as a lawyer, I should have known. But immediately I realized that I don't have control over the video anymore. What did I do? I sealed my mouth. I shut my mouth up, and I let them do whatever they want to do with it. It's none of my business anymore. But at least I've done that disclaimer so that I extenuate myself from the problem. But the reason why I brought this up today, for your laughable thing, for you to laugh it off. If you think because something is hot, if you think because situation is hot, and you are talking, remember that situation that is hot, like a hot water, is going to calm down. It's going to get cold in the end, and things will remain calm. But during that hot period, you will have done something stupid. If care is not taken, and whatever you have said at that time, that is why they said in the court of law, when you are arrested by the police, they will say, do not say anything until your lawyer arrives. Because whatever you said in the court of, whatever you said to the police will be used against you in the court of law. I am going to give a due respect. I'm not going to give too much information out. But madam, if you are out there, all those information that the people that have spoken on their timeline have spoken about, you don't have control over that information anymore. Mechono, please. The next time when you come back to the planet, do not give an interview that you are not sure of. Do not discuss your family affairs with people that are in the public domain. Madam, I'm not going to give too much information out, but please, you have no control over what those guys whatever they have done already. Whether they have said it in negative or in positive, madam, just use an olive oil to rub your skin to shine like me and sleep well in the night. Read your Bible and take your mind off something that is not relevant. It is too late. See, where did you get it? It is too late. Ara Tokunbo ara ẹ balẹ̀ bí omi. Ara mi balẹ̀ nígbà tí màmí sọ fún mi pé, why are you talking about that video, Lawyer Tokunbo? It's already in the public domain. It shouldn't have been you. Did I not sit down? Did I not sit down and sit tight? So on a serious matter, you do not have control over that video anymore. My Fridays, I'm always in a good mood. Every Friday evening. That is how it is. Because I have pressed myself from Monday till this time. So I'm always relaxed. So when things is hot or are hot, depending on whether it is plural or singular, take care of the situation. Don't let the situation take care of you. You do not have control over anything that is public domain anymore. So if you have called anybody and you have talked to them, or you have invited them for his place and they have video things, they have talked about things, madam, it is too late, my dear. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about today's program. That one is just a ayabani, so we just have to educate each other on that one. Yeah, we just have to educate each other on that particular area. Now, the next chapter of this phase is that I said, don't be architect of your downfall. Don't be an architect of your downfall. The reason why I said don't be an architect of your downfall, it's majorly because There are so many problems in the diaspora as we speak. And I realize that some of the problems are matrimonial. Calm down, exactly. Some of the problems are matrimonial. And the reason why those problems are matrimonial is majorly because people are very greedy. They are greedy, they are selfish, and they are self-centered. Greedy, selfish, and self-centered. So it could be GSS, greedy, selfish, self-centered, whichever way you want to appellate it. The reason why I said it is greedy, selfish, and self-centered is because in Yoruba proverb, they say, "Ẹni tó wá fà òun wó fò." You have to be careful how you train people. If you are not careful the way you train people, they will graduate and become your boss. They will graduate and become your boss. And when they graduated and become your boss, there is every possibility. There is every possibility that it can backfire on you. It can affect you one way or the other. You know, it can backfire on you one way or the other. So you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful. Now, the topic about today, yes, you can't eat your cake and have it to share, Abiodun. So the topic about today, yeah, is pretty straightforward. You brought a woman into the country, and both of you are living happily. Both of you are working hard to build a proper family. You are both enjoying each other. There is no problem in that. But at the end of the day, all of a sudden, God answers your prayer, and all of you were given status. You were given status. For the purpose of those who doesn't know the meaning of status, it means you are given permission to remain in that country. For the purpose of this video is United Kingdom. So you were given permission to remain in the UK. You are now in the UK. You have given status. The reason why you came to UK in the first instance is to find a life. Don't let us lie. This video is already in the public domain. The reason why, and I did not give anybody any right to go and make money on my video. So if you make money on my video, you have to give it back to me. So don't even use my video to make money. So I have copyright of this video, so I have overall control. So this is a different matter entirely. So don't even use my video to make money. So please share. You apply to the Secretary of State for the Home Department, which is the Home Office. You ask Home Office to allow you to remain in the country because your country of origin, they have messed their youth up. Economically, nothing is moving. Graduates cannot get jobs, so you are struggling. So you now find the opportunity to come to UK, and you are now here. After a while, you have lived here clandestinely or overstay your reason for coming. At the end of the day, the Home Office find a way to exercise her power, which is the Secretary of State. She used her power to give you right to remain in the UK by giving you leave to remain. She now gave you that leave to remain, husband and wife. Instead of both of you to go out, to go and work, because that was the reason why you came in. Instead of you to go out to go and work, because you said that the country you are coming from, they have failed you. And you are asking the Secretary of State for the United Kingdom to afford you. And she did, afforded you. Now, you did not go on to go and work. The next thing, after whatever, the husband came back to you and said, that means the rent is too high. Oh, I cannot afford to be paying rent. Let me help you. Your husband now help you. Both of you come together as one. You connive together. And you make application to the Secretary of State to have access to public funds. Now, you now have access to public funds. But the access to public funds was for the woman alone. It wasn't for both of you. It wasn't for both of you. Because you have lied. You men are the one that I'm referring to at this particular time. You men. You now said to the Secretary of State to afford you that assistance. So that assistance was given to the wife because she claimed that she's a single parent. and you have kept yourself away from the vicinity. At the end of the day, the woman has tasted life. The woman tasted freedom, having money in her bank account without you giving her money. You have lost control of your home. Oh yes, the moment you start not paying bills, the Secretary of State becomes the husband of that lady. You are not the husband anymore. You have lost it. You are not the husband of that woman anymore. The Secretary of State, which is the government, is in charge of that lady's life. The Secretary of State is the husband for that lady and the father for her children, and or child or children, whichever one is later. Which family has that? Don't distract me. Anyway, not distract me, please. So it now happens that the lady starts receiving money, enjoying life. The freedom is there. The government is paying her rent. The government is giving her money every week. She has sat down. She didn't go to work. Of course, she's busy watching video, Facebook, social media, YouTube, and any other areas that she can find favor to enjoy herself and wipe away the time. Of course, that kind of lady, she will have time to gossip. Possibly she may have time to carry concubine, girlfriend, boyfriend. So if she's not working, she's going to have freedom at her liberty. The freedom at her disposal. She's going to have freedom at her disposal, which means that you have lost control over your wife. The wife that you took your family to their family to go and prostrate, to go and do everything to beg for the family to release her to you. They end up release that lady to you as your wife. They gave it to you. And what did you do? Just because you have come to the diaspora, you have come to the United Kingdom, you have now lost the control. And you have relinquished your section of power, your section of control. You have relinquished that section to the government of the United Kingdom. It now happens that your wife now controlling you. She's not even your wife anymore. She's now started insulting you, passing insults to you. Yes. And then all of a sudden, you wanted to show like as if you are still Okoyawo. Something happened. To be in charge. You want to be in charge, in control. You now said the language to your lady. And your lady said that, my babies, don't talk to me like that anymore. I am not part of those who can talk to anymore. I am not your mate. Things get out of hand. It now go gaga. My language. It now go gaga. When it go gaga like that, the lady send you out of the house. Isn't it a shame on you? A lady that you have used your money to marry from the family. A lady that you have used your money to buy a ticket, to pay for a visa, to join you in the UK for greener pasture. She now came in. You now relinquish that chance of your being in charge, having a family life together, enjoy the moment together. You now relinquish that power to the government. So of course she turns round and becomes somebody that you cannot control anymore. Things went out of hand and it become gaga. Now when the time comes for both of you to get your paper renewed, it becomes a different story entirely, because she has sent you out of the house. The passport for the child that you relied on at the beginning, that passport is no longer available for you to use. In fact, to make the matter worse, she has moved completely from your vicinity to another county entirely, where you will not have control over her and the child or the children any longer. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm on 07908 628 240. Who is to blame in this situation? I'm on 07908 07908 628 240. So let us know who you are going to blame in this situation. I'm on 07908 628 240. The lady has gone out of hand. She is now her own boss. She does things the way she like it. She does not have respect for her husband anymore. The husband does not have access to the child or children any longer. She has joined friends that are training her. She has got godmothers on the soil. The godmothers are the one training her. You understand? Now the time for renewal of status has come into being. Yes, the time for renewal has now arrived. She has put in her papers. Both of you went in at the same time to get the paper done. But now for your renewal, you don't know where she's living anymore because she's taking welfare benefits, public funds. The government is paying her rent, so they have moved her. She has claimed things differently, so they have moved her to another county entirely where she's starting a new life. Who is to blame? I'm on 07908 628240. Check me out if you can.
Discover more about what matters to you with the Google app.
I'm on 07908 628240. If you have the heart, let's hear your opinion. Before I move to the next stage again, which is also hot. If I don't have the time, I may not move to the next stage. I'm not intended to go by daddy. Intended to go by daddy. Exactly. So this is not a third party story. This is not an hearsay. The case has come to my desk. You know, I see it every day. And I hear it every day. You understand? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you very well. Are you joining us?
Yes,
Please.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Please go ahead. And I'm sure the
Okay.
public can hear you.
Okay, I'm Kenny, calling from United Kingdom.
Thank you.
Yeah, I heard what you said. I think it's the man to be blamed because most of them come to United Kingdom with their wives, but they will advise their wife to. Hello?
I'm here. I can hear you.
Okay, they will advise their wife to claim as a person or something to them, so that they will collect now the benefit from the government, which is never the right decision, because now the government did not recognize the man as the husband. So I think it's the man to be blamed, because I think it's greedy for money that causes all these things. At the end, some of them will blame the wife, but for me, it's the man to be blamed. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We are 07908 628240. The woman has moved away from the area where the husband lives. And she has gotten an accommodation, moved to another country entirely. This is an ongoing problem in the diaspora. It is not it's not just one case. It's not just one case, it's an ongoing issue. Who do you want to blame in this case? When there was no government money, when they haven't got papers, they were happily living together. They were doing things together. There is no difference between the two. They were enjoying life. But at the moment now, the government money Please go ahead. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. There are a lot of calls are coming in, so I'm going to be taking one off for the other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think the fourth, almost 60% of it we go to the man. You cannot eat your cake and have it. And besides, the woman also, I want to agree that the both of them are great before applying for that benefit, whatever they are getting. I don't think that should warrant the woman from, being disrespectful to the husband, because if you want to look at it, even the Bible said the woman should submit, but that does not mean the woman should be abused. So if there's an abuse, then we have to talk about the abuse. But if it's just because the woman is getting money from the government, that's not giving her that edge of not respecting her husband, I don't think it's the right way. Because whatever that has happened, both of them agreed that they should go for that money. I don't think getting that money should make her not feel that, okay, she's on top of the world. Because she never can say, she may need this man tomorrow. Everything is not money. So that just will be my only contribution for now.
Thank you. I will still bring my opinion, don't forget. 07908 628240. 07908 628240. He cannot have access to the children. She has changed her number and she has blocked him off from WhatsApp communication. Renewal becomes so difficult. Life is unbearable. Ladies and gentlemen, we need you to get involved. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Good evening to you. Go ahead. It is 7:15 in the United Kingdom. Thank you. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Charles by name. Actually, I've been listening to your program for some time now. I really commend you for your great work you've been doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've been doing a very big job for this country and for our society and for Nigeria and for everybody. I really congratulate you, man.
Thank you.
Actually, to go on this issue, I will not blame the man. I will not blame the man because there are so many men who have brought their wife to this country. They have papers, they don't have benefits, and they don't behave in a bad way. And there are a lot with stories that have behaved in a bad way. The woman came here, she didn't even see the guy. She called her former husband and she left. There are so many things that happen to different people in different scenarios. The husband has a good motive. Apply for these things so that both of us will enjoy it. The wife got into it and the thing got into her head. There are so many stories. People will call in, they will still tell you the same story about how the benefit system gets into some women's head. I won't blame the man because the man saw this opportunity and I won't want my wife to suffer a lot. Let us grab this opportunity. This opportunity will lift us up as a family. But there are so many people in our country over there who are not supposed to be here because they've not tested life. They've not tested nothing. They came here, everything got into their head, and they believe sky is the limit. This is Britain. This is woman's country. I can misbehave. Well, I would say different stroke for different people. I brought my wife here and I can sleep and have a good sleep. But again, there are so many pressure. Some women get the pressure to their system, it makes them believe. They don't see the husband as a man anymore. They don't see. So I wouldn't blame the man. I will blame the woman. And again, there are outside pressure. It might be friends, it might be this, it might be that. So that is what I feel. Because the benefit system has been there ever since. And there are so many people benefiting from it. The Asians, the Indians, everybody. And they don't make any big deal right? It's for both of them to benefit from. It's for both of them to benefit from it. And I've seen so many things that happen in this country where so many people come. Even I've seen a guy that came to this country. He was reporting his brother to his wife. And when the guy now came sober, he now said that I thought I have to play along with the wife because I heard in Nigeria that Britain is the country of women. Women own Britain. That's why I play along to your wife. So that's what I feel, man.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, ma.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, ma. Good evening, ma.
Good evening to you.
All right, ma. I've been listening to your program, and I just want to put in my own little bit input because at least I've been here for for some couple of years, and from the story you gave, to me, I was just wondering that what kind of settlement did they get? Was it an asylum or settlement? Was it if you're going to have a stay on a child as a child that's already gotten a British passport, you understand? I don't think the man will be involved in it because if the man is involved in it, then the man should be a British. But if it's asylum, then that means there's a story they've already put in place together.
Now, okay, let's answer question one by one affirmatively.
Okay.
The first question you asked me is what kind of status they have. Yes. They have 2.5 years. And they got it under a British child. They waited till that child grew up and attained British citizenship. And both of them applied together and they were granted.
Right, now I understand perfectly.
Is that clear?
Yeah. So for me, I don't think that woman has done anything wrong. And it's just that woman. That means that the woman must have been bottling a lot of things for a very long time. And when she saw the avenue that, this man actually helped me, I got this, with benefit I have access to, public fund, then I should go otherwise, I should go other way. So for me, that man has really done well because we come to this country, we work a lot and we know how much we pay for tax return. For tax. Like for me, I work almost every day. And at the end of the day, it's like I give a lot back to the government. So if the man has advised her to go ahead, I'm sure he must have okay, I want you guys to be more comfortable because even when you have papers, it doesn't mean that everything comes in rosy for you because you have to work to live a better life. The benefit that I'm even talking about, how much is the benefit? It's only okay for you when you have small kids, where you need to do school runs. You don't have all the time. Working and still doing school runs can be very difficult here. But when you have a grown-up child, that means that child is almost like 8 or 10. So that means they don't really need much time. Why are they both not working? Why is the woman still with benefit? For me, how much is the benefit they're getting? So that man has really done well. If you feel that, we really suffer in this country. For us to be able to save some money. Maybe buy a mortgage or drive a good car, have a good home. He has not done anything bad. That woman just used that opportunity to move on. For me, that woman, she got another plan. So that man has really done well.
The man has done well, that's what you said, yeah?
Yes, for asking her to let us see how we can get benefit from these people.
Thank you.
You understand? So the man has really done well.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm on 07908628240. Someone said I should reiterate. I'm going to reiterate, so don't worry. America. Hello. Yeah. Good evening to you, UK time.
It gets to me when they're talking a woman has to be submissive. The same thing applies to man. You men need to be submissive to your wife, so your wife will be submissive to you. you. Stop using that word. They don't use it right. Because you want to use women as a slave. That's when you bring in submissive. And when they are no more, when women don't want to be slaves, and they turn around, then you use submissive. Let's erase that. Go and read your Bible.
Let this woman finish. Who is this again? The caller is from the United States. Let us listen to her first, please. Please go ahead.
Okay. So where I'm going right now. Ọgbọ́n àgbọ́njù ló máa ń pa àwọn ọkùnrin wa. They think they're smart. They think they have that brain. And ìgbà tí obìnrin bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ yín, tẹ́ ti jọ múra yín wá, why do you? Okay, let me ask this question. When àwọn tó wà Nàìjíríà, wọn ò rí anything gbà, and they working together, and they taking care of their own. Lawyer kì í ṣe London nìkan ló ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀, ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ l'Amẹ́ríkà. How much that benefit given to them? Obìnrin yìí ló máa aṣọ fún wọn. Obìnrin yìí, ẹni ọkùnrin mọ̀ manage. Ọkùnrin mélòó ló ń ṣiṣẹ́ bí obìnrin ṣe ń ṣiṣẹ́ nílùú òyìnbó? Let's be honest to ourselves. Obìnrin ló máa rí tó máa ṣiṣẹ́ méjì. I have a colleague at my job. They will tell you I love Nigerian women. They take care of their men. Yes, because ẹrọbìnrin mi òun ló máa sanwó ilé, òun ló máa take care ọmọ. Lówó yẹ ló máa ṣe ìranù ta. Ẹ ti ta báwa yín fóbìnrin. Okay, èlò ni benefit tán fún wọn. It's nothing, because if you sit down with that benefit, you move on in life. Because when you getting benefit, only iye iṣẹ́ tó gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe kó tó lè get as much. And èlò gangan ni benefit ọ̀hún tó máa fi ṣe tó dá sílé. Ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin ilẹ̀ máa lọ máa àfọwọ́fà fúnra yín. Ẹ ti gbàgbé pé ẹ ti tà á. I'll be honest, everybody tó bá máa bú mi kó bú mi. Àwọn ọkùnrin wá lazy until they learn how to take their butt and go work. Then things will come and will normalize. If they are doing the way they are doing for your wife, whether on benefits, whether working, you always rely on your wife. Ọkùnrin olùrànlọ́wọ́ lobìnrin jẹ́ fún yín. Wọ́n ní kó bá yín share bill equal. But you want ìyàwó ẹ kó share everything equal with you, and you still want to command respect. It's not happening. Come on, let's get it right. Ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin wa, ẹ jẹ́ bá fẹ́ gba power yín padà. Stand on your feet and take your power back. Báwo lobìnrin ti máa struggle tó máa ṣe iṣẹ́ ọ̀hún? Ikọ́ tẹ̀ tó tẹ́ máa lọ máa fi gọ̀ǹgọ̀ fà á. Ẹ̀yin lẹ máa ní girlfriend sí Nàìjíríà. Lẹ máa ní tẹ́ bá lọ ṣọlidé, ẹ máa kóbìnrin. Come on, let's wake up. I'm tired of submissive. Obìnrin yẹn kò ní issue o, because dákùnrin ò bá ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kó ṣe. Nǹkan tó máa ń bí ló ń bí. Until we learn to go back to our room and do work. Nǹkan tó lọ nǹkan sọ fún yín tẹ́ máa ń sọ submissive yẹn, ó ní kẹ́ tọ́jú ìyàwó yín, ó ní kí nítorí pé olùrànlọ́wọ́ ló jẹ́ fún yín, kò sọ fún yín pé òun ló máa sanwó ilé, òun ló máa ṣe gbá. So obìnrin yẹn mi ò blame ẹ̀, nǹkan tó bá wọn anybody mi kò sọ, òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ni ká bára wa sọ.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. All the way from United States. Thank you. I want to respond to Mrs. I want to respond to they have picked on the poor woman today. She's in trouble. I'm coming to respond to everything. Just give me time. If you don't give me time, there's no way we can catch up on all these things. Okay, let me use the big monitor, big screen. Please go ahead. I want to respond to Mrs. Ikpeme. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you have to do English, you have to do English, sir. But after that do that away and quickly go into English.
Yeah. When you make it later, but they go to quite true.
Yeah.
I
me, sir. Kí ni ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀, sir? What's the meaning of that, sir? What's the meaning?
Yeah, wọ́n jọ ní agreement nípa àwọn tó gba benefit.
Yes.
So wọ́n gba benefit tó ń sìn yìí, ìyàwó fáṣẹ ọkọ ó kẹ́rù kúrò nílé. But nǹkan tí mo advice mo kàn ní fún àyẹ̀ ni pé kí màá yẹn fèsì iṣẹ́ ìsìkwẹ́lì. Tó ẹ kó sì ní kó fèsì iṣẹ́ dáadáa. Then wọ́n gba ẹ sọ pé wọ́n gba wíyẹn through child.
Yes, through their child. Yes.
So tó bá fẹ́ renew mo bí pé ó ṣe renew ìwé yẹn to the child. That is my own opinion. Then ṣé wàá rí obìnrin yẹn tó bá fẹ́ràn rẹ̀ dáadáa ṣé lóye ọmọ tó gbé kúrò lọ́dọ̀ yẹn tó lò kókó sá lọ wọ́n tó ń sí rí kéèsì méjì recently nsìnyí tó wà ní ìlú yìí náà ni àwọn ẹ̀yà dàgbà wọ́n á fẹ́ ṣe wedding wọ́n láwọn ò fẹ́ bàbá mi kó stand fáwọn ó ṣe àpò sí wọ́n sọ fún ìyàwó pé kí àwọn kó lọ bàbá wọn fi lọ sí Nàìjíríà sí wọ́n ní kó lọ pé bàbá àwọn wà pé tí ò bá fẹ́ bá àwọn ó kò ṣe ó kò lè stand the wedding ó kò lè bá àwọn tẹ̀lé rí máa ní ọmọ méjì ọkùnrin kan obìnrin kan àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ sọ fún ìyá wọn wípé aláwọ̀ ògbà fẹ́ ìyá wọn ló tó wọn o tó sì ti everything fún wọn but when it comes to their wedding báwọn fẹ́ ṣe wedding wọ́n lè kọ́ lọ bàbá àwọn ní Nàìjíríà pé wọ́n láti dúró síbẹ̀ ìyá wọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sunkún kiri so kí ó lé àwọn obìnrin kó máa rojọ́ wájú in the future kó má lọ bá àwọn tí kò kúrò lé so àwọn ti ní àwọn yẹn á gbọ́n tó bá wọ́n níbẹ̀ tí wọ́n á gbé bàbá wọn lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ so that's my opinion ma.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Mrs. Peme said that there is much to the story. There isn't more to the story. What actually caused the problem is what I have said earlier on. The husband came to the UK first. He now brought his wife to join him in the UK. Fantastic. They haven't got papers, so they were both living the same way, struggling, hustling. In between, God answers their prayer. They got child. She got pregnant and they have child. They waited that years for them to reach. They were supposed to apply at the time when the child was 7 years old. On my advice then, I told them not to apply when the child was 7 years. I told them to go and put their head down and wait until that child reached the age of 10, when I will be able to register for the child and get British passport for the child, which successfully I did. I applied for the child got British passport. And after the child got British passport, confidently, I was able to apply for both parents at the same time, other British passports to the Secretary of State for the United Kingdom, requesting for permission to allow them to remain in the UK as a parent of a child that was born and grew up in the UK with British passport. The Secretary of State in the end accepted my argument and the status was granted to both parties. Intermittently, head to head, they have the status at the same time, which I do not think it should be a problem. They were supposed to go into employment to continue in the labor market as they have started at the beginning when they came to the country. But all of a sudden, the man realized that the rent is something else. And the man, oh, I shouldn't have allowed you. Two of you are on at the same. And it's even after 7 to 8. So, madam, I'm coming. Bless you. So, they were supposed to go into the labor market as they have started when they haven't got papers and they were trying to manage themselves. But all of a sudden, something gets into the husband's head, and the husband called the wife and said, listen, we need to do this and do this. Why are you giving red head now? Who is this? Who is making that mistake? Correct yourself now. Because it's very distracting. I know it's not a good thing. I know you are angry because it's happening. But I beg your pardon. You shouldn't get the anger to the public. You have to be matured in this sense. So, all of a sudden, the husband said they should do this and they should do that. So they went ahead and then he prepared the application form for them to say that the wife is single. He prepared the application form for them to agree that the wife is single and hasn't got a partner. So the application went to the Secretary of State by themselves. and she was given access to public funds, which means that they have accepted her as a single parent, and the government pays her rent, paying her rent, and also giving her money on that child. So she has access to child benefit at the same time. Now the greedy got in. The lady starts misbehaving because every week, she's got free money in her bank account without a need to be begging for her husband to get money from her husband, without a need to leave the house to go and work. She's getting that free money to herself. So at the end of the day, things went bizarre between the two of them. It went gaga. So the wife become the boss in the house and take overall control of everything. Whenever her husband that used to talk to her, used to correct her, that she used to listen to her husband, she never did any longer. So she became her own boss and started shunning her husband, talking down on her husband as if her husband is nobody. So in the end, they got into fight. And then all of a sudden, she left the house without the husband knowing and moved to another county entirely. When she moved to another county entirely, she made herself homeless, seek for the council's assistance. So they afforded her temporary accommodation. From there, they gave her permanent accommodation. She ceased to allow the husband to call the child. She took her husband off from the WhatsApp, and she blocked him every area. Also, the bank account. The husband, she did not allow the bank account to she did not allow the husband to be putting money in the child bank account for maintenance. So it become whatever you want to call it now. So as you can see, the way I have narrated, I have explained the situation now. There is nothing more than because that of what I've just explained now, because I know them very well. So I have how many of you? Okay, I have you on. Please go ahead, Mr. U.
So my own contribution is that that man is very wicked. He's not serious at all.
Who is very wicked?
The man. He's very heartless. He's supposed to go out and work. Then the lady too supposed to go out and work. Both of them.
Madam, let's correct it. The man is working.
Yes.
Madam, the man is working.
But why would they claim all this single mother, whatever? They don't supposed to claim it.
You may want to speak on that, but the man is working.
They don't supposed to claim it. That woman also, she must be wicked. Both of them supposed to go out and work and live their own life rather than to claim all these benefits. In our country, there's no benefit in our country. We are just lucky to be here. If not for the privilege of being here, we did get benefits in Nigeria. So the lady must work as well as the husband. They're supposed to support themselves and be a responsible citizen of the country. That's my own contribution.
Thank you. The man is working, so don't let us mix out on vital point. The man is working, so if we miss out on vital point, it will be difficult to run to conclusion on this. So please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello there. Hi.
Yeah. Good evening, ma.
Good evening to you.
I think most of the contributed through emotion or probably the experience or whatever that has happened to them before. Legally, anyway, I think both of them are working. They shouldn't have claimed. However, most couples in UK here, probably 10, 15, 20 years ago, have done the same thing. I only think that the woman is greedy and shouldn't have lived in such way. Most of the attitude that we Nigerians portray in this country, we only think about today, we don't think about tomorrow. I see the woman as a traitor, and the woman shouldn't have lived such way. Even if there's going to be any argument or anything at all, I think they would have settled it between themselves. The man only found a way for them to at least live slightly better life than what they should be probably struggling, paying bills here and there, looking after a child. That is what I feel anyway. I think, and mommy, sorry to say this again, I think women that call from America is just outside subject matter. She's been emotional. She's talking about something else. This is England. This is not America. London men work. They are totally different from America. It's America that probably bring their wife to the country and probably wants to live on their wife or want to use their wife. Not here. Here, as far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't say every man, but 70 to 80% of men work in this country. So saying this to men or saying that to man is outside of what you are discussing here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello, please go ahead. Hello, go ahead. United States again. Thank you. Yes, hello.
Good evening.
Good evening,
How
ma'am.
are you?
Good evening, ma'am.
Old story. I just had the old story now. My dear sister, the story is so sweet, but I will talk on it on another level because where I live in Canada, so probably it's different. Like the last.
Oh, you are in Canada.
Yes.
Oh, so but you both use +1.
Yes. But let's when we go to foreign countries, we believe that there is money there. We should just eat them up. If that is the way people have been taking the money when they don't even need it, they won't meet the money there. They are just like Safira and Ananias. They came together they joined together to go into the government purse. That is theft. If you are an able person, both of you are able, they are so good enough to give you their papers. Go out and work. And another thing they don't understand is this. When you are eating the government money, you are not going to prosper. They don't need to cost you. Because you now get a house from the government. You can't do anything in that land. You can't buy a house. You can't do nothing in that land. You will keep on eating on the government. It's pure nonsense. For that man, I blame both of them. It's pure nonsense. Before you got the papers, you were working. And then why don't you continue to do that work so that you will be pleased? You will be free in that country. You will do whatever you want to do. If you want to come together and build house back home, you will do it without looking back. You won't fear anybody. Although the lady did something that was wrong, but you know what? Both of them are very wrong. That's my contribution. It's pure nonsense. Even their children, they don't even consider their children. When you are using that money to train your children, you never know. I'm not cursing them. The children may not do well because of the environment they are living in. The government area where they give you house, how many children are prospering in those environments? Whereas you can use that money to buy a house in a proper environment where you will raise your children properly. I mean, it's pure. They don't think about their future before they go into all that. I mean, I hate going into government posts. People are working for that money. So why do you compromise? Why do you both agree that, okay, you go and claim this? I hate that. That is pure nonsense. That is why our country is not developing. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. We have few minutes more before I will round it up. Although I didn't start until possibly 6:30, but 8 o'clock I'm going to round it up because I have a prayer meeting in the evening. Hello.
Hello, Lawyer Tokumbo.
Thank you.
Yeah, good evening. I just wanted to chip in a little bit of my own opinion about the issue. Right. I will first start that this life is 50-50. The way we see the bad man, also we see the bad women as well. So let's cap it up to be 50-50. But on this scenario, because I don't want to be like, I don't want to, go out of the track of this scenario that this example or this issue that you brought for us this night. What I want to say there is a lot of opportunity to get benefit. It's not a crime. And the benefit is not like maybe it's an illegal. Fine, if you as a lawyer, if you can throw more light to we that we are not lawyers, that we don't know more about legal whatever, like maybe the benefit they're taking is illegal. Fine. I would say, okay, maybe I will blame. Right. Because according to, I remember when you always, because I used to follow you, and you always said people people who they have what's it called, maybe status whatever, that actually they shouldn't waste that thing. That opportunities are there. Like anyone who wants to go for nursing, you always hammer on nursing. That take the advantage. There is a lot of benefit in it. Take it. Don't waste time and say you want to do this and this and that. You understand what I'm saying? People who have the time to go to school, don't waste it. Go for nursing. There's a lot of benefit in nursing. You understand? So it might be because of that benefit. I can't blame both of them because a lot of people take this benefit and make use of it in a good and positive way. Like, getting a benefit doesn't make you that you should stop working. No. At least maybe this man did it in a way because this man, that is his wife. He did it. He didn't say, I do it for you to stop working. No. At least if that benefit is coming, it might be more, it might be little. No matter how little it is. That's why I always tap from this Tesco say that I always say every little helps. A drop of water makes an ocean. So maybe it's under maybe, because I wasn't there, it's not my family. But it might be maybe in a good intention. I will be working, you two will be working, but get some benefit out of it. So that maybe that benefit, you can be saving it for the rainy season or for the dry season, thereabout. You understand? A lot of people, we know, it's not about being lie or whatever. Don't let us fool ourselves. A lot of people get benefit and they make use of it. They are multimillionaires. They started from benefit as well. I'm not saying maybe they should go in fraud to get benefit. No, I'm not talking about all this fraud, whatever. But if it's a genuine one, people make use of it, and then, the man might have the intention that have it, maybe they will save, and they will join their what's it called, their salaries, whichever years they have already contributed, they will join it together, adding up to the benefit, maybe to go for maybe like to buy a mortgage and to buy a house. You understand? They might have a good intention. But actually, for this woman to now stop because actually the power has been on her and now said, because of this, because of that. You understand? So benefits are good. If it is a legal benefit, it's good at least to use it in a positive way. I'm not going to throw a blame on, but at least to me, I would say the woman, actually, I will point an accusing finger to that woman. You understand? I don't want to know what has happened, or maybe there was a like misunderstanding or thereabout, blah 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 blah. You understand? So if it is, at least at least that benefit doesn't make. At least it's for it's for them to make use of it in a positive way anyway. That is my own take. Anyway, so good night. Talking about
Thank you.
All right. Okay.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to hold the phone and I'm going to run to the conclusion on the matter. I want to appreciate all my callers completely. I want to say you are highly, highly recognized. Your points are noted. And I personally, I will go over with this video again, go over this video later on, tonight, tomorrow, not tonight anymore, and listen to all your points. I have explained the scenario one or twice now, so I know everybody that just coming in, they should be able to pick up the scenario straight away and understand the reason why we are out here today. It's not fiction. Every time I talk, there's no fiction. There's no fiction. But what I did is that I want people to learn from it. I will never mention names so that I will not breach confidentiality. I won't mention names. And once I don't mention names, I have overall control of what I say. It is down to the individual to use it as common sense and take it on board and follow it and avoid that same mistake again. Now, it's a big lesson for everyone that will be hearing me that's about to go into it or they are into it. But before I talk on the overall conclusion of the matter, I want to warn you ladies, because people think I'm going to warn men. I want to warn women. I want to warn you seriously, severely. Especially you that you are living with your man now. If you are living with your man now, I want to give you a bit of advice, a tip of advice. Please don't allow public funds to come between two of you. Public funds is a third party. It will come and go. Don't use public funds to break your matrimonial home. Don't use public funds to disrespect the man in your life. Don't say because you are getting that money for free. Don't let your head grow bigger than your body. Because in Yoruba language, ẹni tó mọ ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹni ó lè mọ òpin ẹni. Ẹni tó mọ ni ó lè wó yàn. The person who built you can destroy you. The person who built you can destroy you because he has the puzzle. He knows the puzzle. He's got the puzzle and he knows how he puts the puzzle together. If care is not taken, the same puzzle that he used to put together, he put it together to build you. He will use the same puzzle with his own hand to dismantle your destiny, to dismantle your life. Babe, as we speak, there are some men that I am still pleading to, that I am still begging as we speak. Pé kí wọ́n jọ̀ọ́ kàn ṣe ní òkú òun, kàn fi sí àárín ara wọn. There are some men that I am still begging. Categorically, confidently, I will tell you. Without prejudice, it's my advice. Without prejudice, I am begging you, ladies. I am begging you, and especially those that are still with their man. I am begging you. I am begging you. I am begging you. You see, personality-wise, it depends on where you come from. It depends on how you were brought up by your parents, and it depends on how you touch yourself up. You see, the Yoruba proverb says, "Alágẹmọ ti bí ọmọ ẹ̀ tán." Àìmọ́jọ́ dọwọ́ ọmọ alágẹmọ o. There's nothing concerns the parents anymore. Once you start living on your own and you have brought a man to the house and said, "I want to get married," it means you know what you are doing. People should stop referring to background, stop referring to poor parents. They should refer to that person individual. Tó jẹ́ mojú rọ̀ lárí, tó fi gbogbo ọwọ́ mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀wá tó fi ń jẹun. Use all the fingers to eat at the same time. You understand? We should not blame parents in any situation that happens to an adult. You can only blame parents when the children are still living under them and they are underage or they have not married and the parents are still in charge. The moment you have brought your husband in and said to your parents that this is the person I want to get married to, that's your problem. That's your luck. That is your destiny. I am going to disagree and agree in this scenario, and that's why I took off the phone. I am going to disagree to agree, or I agree to disagree. Whichever way we want to look at it. Let's start it one by one. The man has done very well to bring his wife into the country to join him so that they can start making family and live together. The reason why the man has done very well is because he can easily get married to a UK citizen and not waited for that long 10 years. He can easily get another lady, is a man, married to another lady in the UK and have baby with that lady and make papers with it. We still see some men that are so careless that have done that and forget about the woman back home. So we should give that man a kind of a credit and a kudos that he deserves by thinking that he should bring his wife, by thinking that he should bring his wife to join him in the UK so that they start having family together and they can have their papers. So don't blame him. Where he has used his own weapon to kill himself, because God is so faithful to them, he answered their prayers by allowing their paper to go smoothly without headache. In the past, another lawyer will have a problem, have headache in that kind of situation. But we were fortunate with the help of God and with the common sense and the intelligence we use in legal argument. You understand? We went smoothly and we came back successfully. In my opinion, and as a lawyer, and I stand corrected, I do not see any reason why both of them should revert to the public funds. I do not see any reason for any of them to claim that money. Both of them wanted to have a better life, so they should have gone into employment and put heads together. If need be, the man supposed to be working a shift one, work in the night, and the lady can work during the day, so that the man will drop the kid, the lady will drop the kids when she's going in the morning. You understand? And then the man that is working in the night will go and pick the child up in the afternoon and take care of the child, have his rest, and then when the lady come back, they will swap shifts. I don't think there is anything bad in them exchanging shift. They swapping shift. I don't think it's a disease. Where I found this case a problem for me and an headache that they created for themselves is when the man came to the house and said, listen, the rent is getting bigger for my size or for our head. Why don't you go and claim this thing? Don't forget, I am trying to code it to Bangba, so I want to be careful. So that is where I find it as headache, and that is where I find it as a problem for the man, because he used his own smartness to kill himself. He's the one that has a good knowledge, and he has used it to destroy himself in the end. Had he known that that would be the repercussion of what happened, he wouldn't have given that advice in the matrimonial home for them to go ahead. So as a result of that, it's a problem that I think that the man used his own hand to create. But having said that that the man created that problem for himself, I did not find the lady helpful at all. I did not find her funny for what she has done because of how much money. You might attack the woman that called from America. If you like, you can attack her. I would not necessarily want to attack her because I find point in her speech. No one collect that money and use it for good thing in life. You will not be able to use it properly. The money was created in 1948 for those that are wounded at war and they cannot work. They cannot do anything by themselves anymore. So that was the reason why the money was created in 1948, 72 years on. So if you are now able and capable, you have both hands, you have not paid your pension to the extent that we are going to say you are due for collection, and you cannot go into employment and you are collecting this money, then it's a problem. If you have young kids and the woman cannot work, you will put the income of the father together and take it to the government and say, listen, this is the expenditure, this is the expenses in the house, and this is the only income coming in. So you will put out the income of the husband and you will please to the government. The government will take it off and they will give you the differences that you are short of from the salary of the husband. By this, both of you are claiming it as a couple, so you are entitled. And that is the purpose of child credit. The child credit is there. Child benefit is when they take the no access to public funds off. So I kind of come to conclusion to say that the lady, she has done very, very bad for herself and for her family. Now, if you have only got a child and the child clock 10 years, are you not having another child again? Are you going to invite another man into your life? Or you will be contacting your husband when you are due for sex? Is that what you are planning to do? Contacting him, using for sex alone, and dump him afterwards? Is that your primary objective? Because I still cannot find common sense to it. You've only got one child. How are you going to make family in this aspect? How are you going to run it through? So, ladies and gentlemen, I kind of come to a conclusion to balance it up. Blaming a man one side by introducing his wife into the system to go and claim it. Blame the lady at the other hand for being so greedy and get carried away with a token. I see that money as a token. Because if it's not a token, I don't know what you can use with it. It's about 100 and something pounds. But because the problem is that some people have 2 children and 3 children, and monthly they end up getting almost 1,000 plus. So they get carried away. And the government pay their rent out of that, not including, outside that 1,000 plus. So of course they are going to misbehave. But let us run to conclusion. Both parties are guilty. Both of you are at fault. The man is at fault for asking the lady to let us go into it. He filled the form by himself. He did not even use lawyer. He filled the form because he's intelligent, he's smart. But he has used his own intelligence to kill himself, to destroy what he has labored for. And I think this should be a lesson for others. Olegbe, Olegba, Olakmonle Ogushuada, you are right. Olegbe, Olegba, and that's what happened. Lasisi Ola said that LTO, that lady already have a boyfriend. Well, it's a bit difficult for me to come to that conclusion, but I can imagine that she must have got somebody by now. If she has not returned to her husband, if they have not come together to continue to live the way they have been living before the issue of papers or benefits started, I think she has somebody servicing her. I actually don't understand why it has to come to that stage in the end. But I want to come to conclusion that both of them are at fault. So they are guilty parties. The husband is guilty of his own misdemeanor. The wife is also guilty of her own greediness, from her own greediness rather. So it is a shame that we have to come to this conclusion. But both of them, they are greedy. And that is why I said that, look at the topic. Don't be an architect of your downfall. Don't be an architect of your downfall, because this is what usually happens, you know. Their smartness is already judged. Let them go back to God for mercy. So that is the situation. I kind of seen people in the past that have done it successfully, and that did not break their homes. They still enjoy it. But it's a thing that if you are not intelligent and you are not you say, somebody said don't put God there last time when I wrote statement. I don't make a journey without putting God in my journey, you know. So I kind of look at it in the past. People have used it in the past as well, in the 90s, to destroy their life, to destroy their homes. But it wasn't that bad like this then. But now it is a bad thing. It's now a problem. It's now a cause in the diaspora. It's a cause. It has now created a kind of a broken home, I would say. It has created it among the nowadays couple. When I say the nowadays couples, you are not part of the 90s or 80s. Those people are the people that are presently moving into the UK or living in the UK in the last 10 years. Those are the people that are struggling and thinking that benefit is the resolution to the problem. Benefit is not an answer to the situation on ground. Employment is an answer to your situation, because if you are not working, you cannot get a good credit rating. If you are not working, you will not be able to get mortgage. And if you are still betting on paying that government paying your rent all the time, it means you are not aiming higher. It means you are not proposing to upgrade your lifestyle, to upgrade yourself. And that is my conclusion. Both parties are guilty in this scenario. So ladies and gentlemen, I think we have learned one thing or the other. Next week, I am going to talk about those who are coming to join their partners in the United Kingdom. It is really hot as well. It is really hot. I am going to talk about it. I have the scenario full of page here, but I don't have time to digress it for now. I do not have the time to digress it. So I'm going to keep it for next week, and then we are going to look at it. But if something much hotter came into being, we will look at that. But this is also hot. Trust me, there are some things inside it that makes it hot and hotter. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to leave you into the capable hand of God. In fact, there is no time for me to play the music anymore, because I want to get out. I want to dash out quickly. I want to get out of the premises. So I want to appreciate you. I want to say thank you for coming on my timeline. I remain humble myself, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for participating. All my callers from the United States and the United Kingdom. There were no other countries that called into the other than US and UK. Thank you so much. Because the issue of benefit is clear to you from the US and United Kingdom. I'm not too sure whether my Germany people are there listening to me today. So regardless of all of you on timeline, I appreciate you. I haven't changed my name, and I've not changed my way of doing things, and my personality still remains the same. So I humbled myself before God. So I humble myself before you guys. And I say thank you for loving me the way I am. You see, it gets to a stage in life, if you can't change people, you have to love them the way they are and just put it as part of their own style. So I love you the way you are. It's part of your style. So I can't kill myself for you. But I love you the way you are. So it is life. But don't forget, information in the public domain is out of your hand. Watching from Germany, thank you. Information in the public domain is not within your control any longer. So you have to be careful when you are giving an interview, what is coming out of your mouth, or what you are pasting in the public arena and what you are saying. The moment people pick it up and start turning it to a show, a program, you have lost it. You have lost it. So you cannot continue to tell people to take it back. You don't have control anymore. You don't have control anymore. You will only have a control of a situation that is not in the public arena. Once it's in the public arena, privacy law cannot take control any longer. Unless it is infuriated, it's done to damage you. But if it's not, it's something. And I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. You don't have control of things anymore. Because how many people do you want to go to on their timelines and be telling them to take the video down or to remove pictures or to take the interview off? So you are actually not in control anymore. So I thought I should remind you and remind everyone that is thinking otherwise. Like I said at the beginning, even me as a lawyer 2 years ago, when something happened and I came out to do disclaimer, I was told off immediately that lawyer Tokunbo, you don't have control of that anymore. I was told off like a baby, and then I relaxed myself. Once I was when I knew that I was told off by somebody much older than me, I quickly calmed down. You understand? If it's a young person that told me off, I may hate you for the rest of being. I may hate you because you don't have the power. But somebody that is much older and try to be polite in her speech or his speech and tell me that no, lawyer Tokunbo, you don't have control of that thing anymore. It's already in the public domain. Even as a lawyer, should I not know? I knew it was already in the public that I don't have control. But what I was trying to do in that year is not to step on the toes of a poor person. You understand? It's not to step on the toes of a poor person. But when they told me that I don't have control over it anymore, mo gbà f'Ọlọ́run. Thank you, Abimbola. Mo yá gbà f'Ọlọ́run. You see? Mo yá gbà f'Ọlọ́run. Because if you don't gbà f'Ọlọ́run, then you become something else entirely. So mo yá gbà f'Ọlọ́run. So I accepted, and I just take my eyes off. So please take your eyes off. It's already in the public domain. Take your eyes off. Next time, you learn how to give interview. You learn what to say. You learn how to say things, and you don't give out everything at the time of anger. You should take control of things. But in this situation, it's not even your control. You don't have control of it because, forget it. I don't want to say too much. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to go now because I have prayer time in the evening. And I have to go and get myself ready, join my family first before I start the prayer line. Thank you so much for coming on. I love you. And I cannot love you less. Thank you. Somebody said, why am I so calm? That's the way I was brought up. I've always brought up like a conservative person to be calm. So I'm different. My other sibling may not be calm like this. I have a sibling that is not calm, but I'm always calm. I'm always like this. I am not making it up. I'm always like this. I'm always a calm person. You understand? When I get angry, you don't want to stand my anger. But I'm always a calm person in public arena, in anywhere. I'm always the same person. You understand? So I want to appreciate all of you. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody said it's education. Well, education has part of it because as a lawyer, people look up to you. So education may have impact. But I think that's my personality, which a lot of people fancy. A lot of people like me the way I am because it's my personality. So they enjoy it because I'm not like them. So they like a different taste. So people like me differently because of my personality. So that is it. So I want to appreciate you. I've got to go now. Thank you. Thank you so much. Don't forget, I specialize in immigration and nationality law. My name is Lawyer Tokunbo Olagbaye. Look me up anywhere. Google, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You will find me there. Enjoy yourself. Phone me on Monday for telephone advice 0208 309 8808 0208 309 8808. Like I said to you on YouTube yesterday, ECHR, European Convention of Human Rights, Article 8 is becoming a problem because we are leaving UK. We are leaving Europe rather, and because we are leaving Europe, we have to drop that one. But when we are dropping it, it is expected of us to incorporate it into our domestic law. But as we speak, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom has not given assurance as to how they are going to address that area. So I will implore you, if you are still out there and you have met the requirement to put in an application to the Secretary of State before we come out of Brexit, either on Europe or on British passport or British child, please contact me and let us put in an application for you. So when it comes to 1st of January, when we return back from holiday, Christmas holiday, then we can face the consequence of the human rights or Bill of Rights, whatever they are going to introduce there. We will face the consequence, we will deal with it. But it will be a shame if you have met the requirement and you are not putting in an application and you are aware of me. Please phone office on Monday, get consultation, and you will know what to do. I have also given make allowance for those who want to come to office on a face-to-face advice. I will only be giving face-to-face advice once a day, a day in a week. So it will be once a day in a week, and it's going to be Wednesday after 12 o'clock. That is when I will be giving face-to-face, face-to-face only on Wednesday after 12 o'clock. I will be able to do it, but I will only see one person at a time in the office. And I have my thermometer there to check your temperature. I also have my sanitizer, big one there, to clean your hands before you touch anything in my premises. But if you are not feeling well, you are having headache, you're having cough, you have cold, do not go out. Don't leave your house. That is COVID-19 warning. If you have cold, headache, temperature, or anything, do not leave your home. It's COVID-19 warning. Only those who are able to leave their house are those who are capable, that are strong, that doesn't have any problem. And I will still take your temperature when you get to my office. You will still clean your hand before you can see me. Prevention is better than cure. Until then, take care, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for now. Bye.